Hi guys, welcome back to the Tegiwa YouTube channel. Today we are doing the ultimate intake test for the Civic FL5. As you can see, we've got our FL5 behind us. It's fresh from a service. We've got 8 different intakes that we're going to be testing today. We're joined by Matt Howard, aka Not Even That Fast. Would you like to introduce yourself, Matt?
Yeah, you might have seen some of the other tests we've done on my old GR Yaris. We did a similar test. We've got even more intakes this time. Yeah, so I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting because we've got a few different variants. We've got open cones, we've got enclosed cones, and I've even got one I've put down as semi-enclosed. So I don't know if that's a thing, I might have made that up. We're going to start with the OEM intake. So that will be our benchmark for today. Then we're going to drop in the K&N panel filter, because why not? Just to see if it just does make a difference or what that does. So prices start from £65 all the way up to £1,757. So there should be something in here for
everybody, yeah. Some of the ones you've got to pay to play, haven't you?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how more budget options compare with the really expensive ones. But yeah, a little bit about the Civic. It's a completely stock car. The only modification that it does have on is a Miltech non-resonated system, and it's a full turbo back exhaust. Yeah, this is kind of a test. It's not got all the bells and whistles on. Pretty much you can buy the car from the showroom and then choose your intake. I
think the chances are if you fit in one of these, you'll have probably done something similar as well. So hopefully it's relevant to a lot of owners.
Yeah, and the other thing to mention, which we mentioned in the GR Yaris test, is it's not all about figures either.
No, I mean, this is how they're performing on the day. On the dyno, real world, with different intake flows and, you know, whatever else, it might be different. All we can do is compare it on what we have here, share all the figures with you.
I think we're probably the only company doing this. They're super popular. You guys love to see them. And like Matt says, it's not all about the figures. So you might be buying it for the noise. You might be buying it for the aesthetic under the bonnet, because you might like popping your hood and seeing a fancy carbon intake.
Yeah.
There's a number of factors. But yeah, we're going to start now with the OEM run, and then we'll start unboxing the intakes and taking a look at what's inside. So the car's now strapped to the dyno. We've got the stock box on. We're going to give it 3 runs, and this will basically be our benchmark for the day. We're going to do all the runs with the bonnets down, because that's what it'll be like on the road. So yeah, let's crack on with it. Excited to get it underway. So we just finished benchmarking the stock airbox. As we mentioned, the only modification on the car is a Miltech non-resonated system, so that's why the power is slightly higher than the factory quote of 327 horsepower. So it did in fact make 334.1 horsepower, so really healthy. Right, so next up we've got this nice colourful box. It's not Hermes, it's a PRL Motorsports intake. And this one comes in at $552.99. And I put this down as semi-enclosed, so it's neither open or fully enclosed. Which I might be wrong and making things up, but we'll find out.
I'm looking forward to opening this and seeing what that means.
Yes. It's not a manufacturer claim, but PRL do say that they improved airflow by 133%. I'm going to be excited to test it. Would you like to do the honours, Mr. Matt?
Sure.
Yeah, boy. That is... Whoever packed that at PRL, well done.
Yeah, that's lovely, that.
You've done a great job. The whole, everything is in.
They did well getting that in there.
They actually did, yeah. How'd you get it out, PRL?
I must have
okay.
Let's take this off, eh?
Right, so we've just unboxed it. What are you thinking, Matt?
Yeah, it's quite a thing. It follows something that worked quite well for a lot of the Yaris intakes, which is just similar sort of design to the factory one, just bigger, and the entry is certainly a lot bigger than it is on the Civic standard airbox. So we've got this extra duct down here as well for this. Interested to see how that works. We've got this like panel on here, so we can install everything nicely and not have to be putting our hands in there.
Do you think I was right with saying semi-enclosed, or
I think you're right. I'd still probably class it as enclosed, really, because it's just got the same sort of factory inlet, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think from like the view I've seen it on the internet, you can see like some of the cone
pointing
out. So Yeah, and we got stickers, so thank you PRL. It's all nicely branded as well, so nice silicon PRL branded joiners, PRL on these. I guess they're like 3D printed.
It might have been on the other ones as well, but we can see there's like a little bracket here because we're going to have to move the MAF for this, so that looks like that's going to make that look nice and factory. So that should be good.
One thing we don't have in the box anyway is instructions.
That's right.
Maybe they're on the internet, maybe we can find them.
Yep.
But yeah, it's always handy to have a nice set of instructions.
Yeah, even if it's a QR code you can scan and watch a video, it's always nice to do. Like Venturi do that, don't they?
But yeah, this is $552.99, so we're kind of double from where we started.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see if this does anything.
You can see where the money goes though, can't you, at least?
For sure,
You
yeah.
know.
They've obviously spent more money like developing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, this is really interesting.
I think it looks like they're making as much of that space as they can.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how this one performs, so bang it on the car.
Okay, so that's the PRL Motorsports intake fitted. Pretty involved install, to be fair, but does fit really nicely. You have to take the ECU out and a few other bits, but the instructions are really good. We have just fitted the bottom scoop quite loosely, but it is in securely, so it's going to give us everything that it can power-wise. This is the first one that we've replaced sort of the standard hose, which has got a bit of a sort of concertina inside. So we've replaced that on this intake with their own pipe that they've supplied. So they obviously think that makes a difference. So be keen to see what it does. But
yeah, I think you'll probably notice intake temps have dropped because it was a bit more involved fitting it. So
yeah,
it's given the chance for the car to cool down now.
Yeah,
but it actually looks really good under the bonnet as well. Like
yeah, it looks fairly stealthy, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you can see the intake, but the airbox itself looks fairly, you know, OEM against the fuse box and things like that.
And I think that's where you can see the money's been spent. So we've obviously jumped up in price now. We're kind of double what we started at. But yeah, a lot of engineering's gone into the box, and like Matt said, the pipes up here. So we're going to shut the bonnet, roll her up and see how she does. We've just finished the PRL Motorsports one. Really good figures. It's important to note that it did take a while to fit, so it did have a while to cool down and stuff. But the intake temp was 21, same as Ram Air and the K&N drop-in. It's comparative to that. It made 350 horsepower on the nose, which is an awesome figure. 16 horsepower over stock. It made 329.4 pound-foot, which is 4 pound-foot more than stock. Yeah, just kind of proving that an enclosed system is worth it. It's a really good price point as well. So yeah, really impressed with the PRL one. For me, the PRL really impressed me because at this price point, obviously we've not tested it day two, we've not had time, it was just a back-to-back between those two. But it did make 350 brake day one. Yeah. And for a kit that's 550 quid, it's really well made. Yeah, that's like a really good.
It fits nicely. I like their little snorkel design. They just take a little bit longer to fit, but some of the other kits that we have, but it's a nice idea and it